I do.
And your name?
Jeff Fogg,
And where do you work?
with the Attorney General's Office, Department of Criminal Investigations.
How long have you been with the Attorney General's office?
3 years total.
And prior to that, where did you work?
I retired from the Frankfurt Police Department with 21 years now. And then after that, I worked as an investigator with the Department of Revenue for the state of Kentucky.
And as a detective with Frankfurt Police Department, did you work homicide cases?
Yes, ma'am.
And work assault cases?
Yes, ma'am.
So many types of criminal cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were asked to become involved in this investigation?
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the shooting surrounding the death of Breonna Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you would explain to the grand jury what is depicted in these enlarged photographs that we see on the easels.
Yes, ma'am.
And starting with Exhibit 1.
Yes, ma'am. Exhibit 1 is a Google Earth overview of the area to include Springfield Drive. Of particular note, as you look at this is the direction the officer approached 2000 Springfield Drive as he come to execute the warrant. This is 3003 Springfield Drive. This is the apartment building which we were concerned with. And you will hear some information related to that gate later. So this is the gate in question. This is the location of the gate in question.
Can you all see, or would it be better to use the, can you all see this better? Okay, so that's Exhibit 1 of the overall. Go on the screen there, could you point out that gate again, where it is?
The gate right here, you will hear some testimony or some information related to the gate. That is right here. And that's 3003 right there.
So it's a large apartment complex.
And the officers approached the scene coming this way.
Okay, Exhibit 2.
Yes, ma'am. This is a frontal shot of St. Anthony Garden Apartments, 3000 Springfield Drive. This is apartment 4. The apartment occupied at the time of the incident by Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker. And this is apartment 3, and that was occupied by Cody Etherton, Chelsea Napper, and Miss Napper's 5-year-old child.
As well as Ms. Taylor and Kenneth Walker. If you would explain to us here, who is this photograph, Exhibit 9?
This is a photograph of Breonna Taylor. She was the occupant in apartment 4 at the time of the incident.
And go on to now Exhibit 10.
This is Mr. Kenneth Walker. He was also inside of apartment 4. And as I say apartments, I'm referring to apartment 3 and 4 and 3003 Springfield Drive.
Exhibit 11.
This is Detective Brett Hankinson. He's assigned to the Criminal Interdiction Division of all the 7 officers involved, detectives involved in the execution of the arrest warrant, or the search warrant, were assigned to the Louisville Metro Police Department's Criminal Interdiction Division. This gentleman is Detective Brett Hankinson. He is 44 years old. He has been, at the time of the incident, had been on the LMPD for approximately 17 years.
And number 12, exhibit.
This is Detective Miles Cosgrove. He is 42 years old. He has been on the Louisville Metro Police Department for approximately 15 years. 13. And this is Sergeant John Mattingly. He was injured in the execution of the search warrant. He is 47 years old, and he has been on the Louisville Metro Police Department for approximately 20 years.
14.
This is Detective Mike Nobles. He was the detective that was carrying the ram as the search warrant was being executed.
And has he been on the force?
I don't have that, as long as I don't have that information.
Okay. 15.
This is Detective Tony James. He has been on LMPD since 2005, so approximately 15 years. No, actually, no, correction. I apologize, I don't have that information.
And is he the one that had the shield?
Detective James had the ballistic shield, but you'll see a photograph of that in a few minutes.
You said you don't have a clearance for service?
I do not have it with me, so I apologize.
Would you be able to get that at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so number 16. Exhibits.
This is Lieutenant Sean Hoover. Lieutenant Hoover has been on the police department since he has been on the police department for approximately 17 and a half years.
Okay. 17.
This is Detective Mike Campbell.
Okay. 19.
This is a shot inside the breezeway of 3003 Springfield Drive. Once again, this is an open door to apartment 4. Once again, occupied at the time by Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker. And this is apartment 3. At the time the incident was occupied. At the time the warrant was being served or executed.
25.
This is what we saw previously. This is, once again, this is a shot of inside apartment 4, taken outside in the breezeway. Kenneth Walker's cell phone, the entryway there, and the hallway with Miss Taylor lying on the floor in the hallway.
26.
A little different view, but that's basically the same shot. You will see, just a note, you see this light, you will see later on, you'll see that light is turned on by the members of the Louisville SWAT team later on.
27.
This is a shot of inside the apartment 4. This is the front door. You'll see the damage done by the ram as they reach the door. And this is the dining room area, kitchen area.
28.
This is in the dining room area on the wall in apartment 4. All the shots you see from the next few shots are going to be in apartment 4. You'll see damage to this here, right below and on the clock from a bullet strike. You see one here, and you see one here.
29.
And this is a different angle of the same area. You'll see these 3 bullet strikes with scene markers. This one, and this one. This has a trajectory rod inserted into it. And this is a 4th bullet strike on the chair railing, also with a trajectory rod in it.
And number 30.
Once again, this is in apartment 4. The shot was taken from inside the apartment back toward the entry door, just showing the general overview of this room.
So if you were standing right inside the sliding glass door, this is what you would see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because the shot was taken from this way, going back toward the front door, and so you would see the sliding glass door be on this side here. And this is Miss Taylor, showing Miss Taylor at the end of the hallway. It's difficult to see because of the lighting, but she would have been down here in this general area here. We see,
If you all want to refer to this
Okay.
screen here,
this might be a little bit,
but the pointer won't work.
Okay.
But
if you'll see, if you're looking at Miss Taylor, on her arm, where's the pointer at?
Here it is.
This might be a little, for this photograph, it's a little bit better. This is a entry wound on Miss Taylor's left arm from a bullet strike, and this is an exit wound on her upper arm, her upper left arm. Miss Taylor has a entry wound on her upper left leg, with the exit wound being on her left rear area, just below her lower back. It's difficult to see, and you'll hear more about this later, but Miss Taylor received a gunshot wound to the front with it resting at the back of her back. And she has an entry wound on the outside of her right foot, with the exit wound being at the bottom of her right foot.
And then the heel.
And there's a heel, which you can't see there, but there was a bullet struck her heel that was stuck to it, basically. It was protruding out, but we don't have a shot of that here. You will hear more about that later.
And there's one that cannot be seen in the abdomen.
Okay, and there's another one that we can't see anything reference to in the abdomen area.
Okay. 37, which I think you explained.
And that's another shot of Miss Taylor. Wounds she received. The wounds on her lower arm, upper arm, her hip area.
And 38,
A little different angle of the wound she received to her right foot, but it shows the exit wound at the
30.
bottom of her foot.
39.
Okay. Photo 39 is a shot going into the east bedroom, which is Miss Taylor's bedroom. We see 3 bullet strikes in the hallway above Miss Taylor. 1, 2, 3, with damage from a bullet strike here and here. And this would be 43X that was located underneath the bed in the east bedroom. South bedroom.
And then 51,
And here is a up-close photograph of the bullet that was recovered from the south bedroom, from the soap hole shelf.
58.